Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo back with another exciting video. And I'm in the car, so I figured I would talk about the next topic of the things I think you need to know if you've been involved in a work accident. So the question is, should I report it to my company if I got hurt at work? Seems like sort of a standard answer, right? Like in what do you call it, Monday morning quarterback? You ask anybody that, and they're going to say, of course, if you get hurt at work, report it right away. But you'd be surprised, and a remarkable number of people hold off on reporting a work accident. There's a couple of reasons for it. One is, a lot of times you don't realize how bad you're hurt until later that day or the next day. So if you get hurt late during your shift, a lot of times people want to just walk it off or not make a big deal. They don't want to run up doctor bills. They don't want there to be friction between them and their employer by going in and reporting an accident. So they try and walk it off. And I've even been contacted and represented guys who waited days or even more than weeks before they reported a work accident. You know, for that very reason. They don't want to rock the boat at work. They don't want to make their boss mad, and they don't want to run up a bunch of bills or miss time from work, especially if it's a busy season. Like if a lot's going on at the office or in the factory or in the warehouse and they need you, and all of a sudden you call off, you feel like you're letting the team down. The problem, though, is that, if you watch some of the other videos I did, one of the biggest defenses that a workers' comp insurance company has for a work injury case, a workers' comp case, is that your injury was not caused by an incident at work, right? So a lot of times they try to argue like, well, he's claiming he got hurt on Friday, but he didn't report it till Tuesday. He might have hurt it playing tackle football with his friends, or he might have hurt it working on his house, or, how do we know he really hurt it at work? And especially if the fall or the accident at work is unwitnessed, like you're working by yourself when it happens, that can create a major defense to the workers' comp claim. So that's why I tell people, if you have been involved in a work accident, definitely call your boss, make an incident report, do all that stuff. Woo, it's bright. I'm driving towards the setting sun, and I just got you can tell in the video, it's bright as hell. Anyway, if you get hurt at on the job, you gotta make that report, because then once there's paper that the company is creating in an incident report, or it's called a first report of accident, they're never going to be able to deny that it's a work accident if you make that report right away. So it's sort of common sense, but you'd be amazed the number of people. I even get people who call me and say, yeah, I got hurt at work, but should I report it? Of course you should. Here's one way to think about it, and I tell people this sometimes. Let's say you get lucky and it's a minor injury, even if it's a neck or a back strain or a shoulder strain or a knee strain, and within a month or two, you're back to normal, right? That's still a workers' comp case. It's still worth some amount of money. But here's the problem. A lot of times, initially, you can't tell the difference between a knee injury that's just a sprain or a knee injury that's eventually going to require surgery, or a neck injury that's a sprain, or a neck injury that's going to ultimately require surgery. And since you can't tell whether the injury you have is going to be long-lasting or whether it's going to be over in a week or two, you have to protect yourself by going in and reporting it to the company. So I always tell people 100% report it as close to the date of the injury as you possibly can. So that's the answer, and more importantly, that's why. You have to do it to protect your right to recover and get those workers' comp benefits in case it's a real serious accident. So something to think about. Hope that info helps you. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.